Carolyn Bessette, who was a beauty of her time and who always dressed in a very amazing way, a lot in Calvin. She was really coming strong throughout the way we were designing it, because I felt that she really explored all of that coolness and the intellectual vibe of putting clothes on, but also being very elegant, super elegant. Sensuous, I think, is a very good word to represent the collection, because when I started, I'm looking through some Vargas drawings, which a woman had played were giants. You know, woman was so celebrated. You know, and I thought that was just a good way to start. It's a nice way to think of a woman. You know, it's intriguing and interesting. You want to get to know her. You know, you want to know what she's wearing. You want to know what fragrance she's wearing. You want to know what shoes she's wearing. You know, you just want to discover. I don't think it's a male vision, you know, though I'm speaking out of this wonderland, which I find so fascinating. I think it's really complimentary just to think, you know, to try to think of the woman that way. I wanted to show the erotic parts of the woman. You know, I want to expose the legs. I want to show a little more breasts, and I feel put this woman in an environment of really gorgeousness, where the waist was still very together, and where the clothes felt like cars, in a sense. You know, I think a man goes to buy a car and he feels totally gratified by the experience. And I think, you know, a woman goes to buy a piece in the store and she should feel gratified. She should feel like that's, you know, giving that sense.
The Calvin Klein collection, I thought, was one of Francisco Costa's best. It really summed up the season, where there are two camps for spring 2013. One is a lot of brights and mixed media prints, mixed media fabrics. And then the other camp is a soft, pale, white, and black story. What I loved about the collection is how, as usual, it had Francisco's incredible architectural detail and approach, but it was very wearable. It was also sexy and soft and feminine.
I love this show. I think that Francisco is a major talent in this city, if not the world. His ability to drape and shape and still make women look beautiful is extraordinary. I love the direction he's moving in. He's really moving away from the body with interesting tucking and lots of laser cuts, and the palette of this wonderful warm cream and black, and the netting over the dresses. He's a designer for the future. This guy will go down in history as one of the biggest influences in fashion.
When it comes to the actual fabrics and the developments, that was interesting, because Carsten Nicolai, I collaborated with him in the past. He created a book of formulas for moire, and I was very puzzled by that. So the idea here was how to create moire patterns without being moire. You know, so by layering it and by creating fabrics that were a little more open, a little more closed, you know, it became a dynamic sort of development of putting it together. So you see that on a lot of dresses, a lot of also jackets, you know, skirts, but also you see in some embroidered dresses, you know, where you get the essence right away.
There were layers to it, layers of intrigue. A great example of that was the cage dresses, the open work black, which Francisco then layered over white or off-white dresses, and it was so pretty and nuanced and sophisticated, but yet totally approachable and wearable. When you purchase one of these dresses, when you wear one of these dresses, it is ready to wear, but you're wearing something very special. It feels like couture, it looks like couture. And the mood, I thought he just struck exactly the right mood for the season.
Well, I have a terrific team, and this is really a global. There's like 5 amazing houses around the world that, you know, we represent so much. And so this is also an international dialogue when you think of clothes today. I think it's giving the collection that value, you know, that scent, I think is very important. Well, you never know what's the right track. I mean, you just know what you like, you know, and you hope people will understand it, you know. But I think what holds everything together is really a genuine aspect of creating clothes, you know. So if you know how to create clothes, if you know how to create clothes, you just do it. You just do it in the best way. And I think women deserves good clothes.